Is Garrett inside Golden Freddy? The short answer is probably not, but I still want to throw some ideas out because in the world of Five Nights at Freddy's, nothing is impossible. For a quick recap, Garrett is Mike Schmidt's younger brother, who was taken and killed by William Afton. Mike later finds out that Steve, also known as William Afton, killed Garrett as well as five others that would go on to possess the original four animatronics in Golden Freddy, which would then be bumped up to six in the second movie, with Charlie becoming the puppet. Now, why do I even consider the possibility that Garrett is in Golden Freddy? First, we'll need a little context. First, let's jump to the Stitch Wraith story, which was first used to suggest that two spirits could inhabit an animatronic. In the story, Jake and Andrew are both stuck inside one animatronic. One of them controls most of the body while the other is inside the battery pack. It's even suggested that there might be more than just the two of them inside the Stitch Wraith, but the idea that multiple souls can possess a single animatronic is what led to the theory that Golden Freddy himself had two souls in him. Taking what we know about Golden Freddy from the games, it would not be too surprising if the movie Golden Freddy had two spirits as well. The blonde boy we see in the first movie and an unknown second spirit. In the games, the two spirits were Cassidy, the vengeful spirit that persistently held William's Afton soul in a tormented state, and Dave, William's own son that died from the bite of 83. The blonde boy we see in the movie does fit the vengeful spirit character to a degree. After all, in the end of the first movie, we see him locking William's spring locked body in a secret room, and towards the end of the second movie, he tells Mike that he was the one holding Afton back, and that once he moves on, Afton will be free and stronger than before. However, one detail to note is that the child only appears in his spirit form, while the other four are still in the animatronics when they take out the toy animatronics to save Mike, Vanessa, and Abby. We know from the first movie that Golden Freddy is a physical animatronic, such as in the taxi scene, Golden Freddy causes the car to shift when he and Abby gets in the car. So this implies that the actual body is not at Mike's house, whereas the other four bodies succumbed to lack of power from being away from the pizzeria. Golden Freddy's body might not be powered down and could still be functional. It was theorized for a while that Garrett would end up being the puppet by game theory, but the second movie made it clear that Charlie is indeed the puppet, just like in the games. Also, a side note, she seems to be a better fit for a vengeful spirit than the child we see possessing Golden Freddy in the movies. She's angry, is willing to use others to get what she wants, and is more than happy to kill parents simply because a few did not help her when she was in danger or trying to help the other boy at the pizzeria. So this then leaves Garrett without a role if he's not the puppet. It is possible that he's just dead and gone, no left behind soul that needs hope to move on. And while that is indeed a possibility, it would feel unsatisfying, especially in a franchise where children's souls are always lingering after death. Why would this one be the exception? As I said, I want to suggest that Garrett is still inside Golden Freddy. As mentioned, the animatronic was not present in the final scene, so it would not succumb to system failure like the other four from being away from the pizzeria. And if Garrett needs a role, but the puppet is taken, why not the second spirit in Golden Freddy? One more thing to take into consideration is Golden Freddy's eyes, more specifically, his eye. One is lit blue and the other is damaged. There are a few ways to take this, but what if the second eye was specifically left out in character design to keep theorizing fans from guessing the big twist too soon? On a note of the blue eyes, I just want to mention that in the Tales from the Pizzaplex books, Tiger Rock has one blue eye and one green eye, symbolizing the conflicting programs controlling the Pizzaplex. Does this mean anything? Not necessarily, but I want to throw in any small details that might be relevant. But in typical FNAF fashion, every theory has to have some loose ends that just don't fit. When the first movie came out, it was theorized that the families would be switched between game and the movie. In the games, William Afton has an eldest son named Michael, a younger daughter, and a youngest son, whereas Henry had a singular daughter. In the first movie, it seemed that instead William was the one with one daughter being Vanessa, while the Schmidt family had the eldest son named Michael, a younger daughter, and a youngest son, Garrett. But with the introduction of Michael Afton, who is also, at least for the moment, helping his father, that would imply that the families are not switched and bring into question the existence of the crying child, who would presumably go on to get bit and inhabit Golden Freddy according to the games, not Garrett. Some little details I also want to throw out to get others' opinions on is Vanessa's dream sequence. Obviously, there was a circus baby cameo, but at that time in the dream, Vanessa was in her child form, similar to when she was scooped. Another little detail was when she was telling William she was not afraid of him, we see the doors along the hall open. I do not know if this is the intent, but I wonder if that's a reference to the Fourth Closet novel, where not only is the main character of the books shown to be an animatronic, but there's more than just the four that the title would suggest. That, in addition to Mike's line saying that he wants to fix her, I have a feeling there might be at least one robot character in the later movie or movies, which I know Matt Pat suggested a while ago. In addition, there was William saying that she was his favorite. It's also possible that Crying Child will not exist in this universe, and Vanessa will be the one that dies and is put back together instead, thus being William's favorite. I also wonder if Michael Afton is a robot or possessed in some degree, as he seemed a bit off, even for a son helping a serial killer dad. And one last non lore related Easter egg I'm sure everyone else noticed was that the guy helping Mike paint was Jeremiah, or possibly Jeremy for short. I do apologize if this came off a bit rambly and unprofessional. This is my first script I have written, nor have I ever read any scripts before, but I do hope you enjoyed, and I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments.